This is the second fastest growing population in the entire state of Utah, and it's one of the few places where it's appropriate to dress like a cowboy. Welcome to Herriman, Utah. We are here in the Herriman / Riverton, right on the border community with Edge Homes. We're back with Talmadge, my friend Tally.
Hey guys, how you doing?
We're gonna do a house walkthrough. This one's called the Natalie. They named that after your ex-girlfriend, is that right?
Yeah,
okay,
our boss actually.
Oh, okay. So the Natalie model, this is a really beautiful home, 4-bed, 2.5 bath. You wanted me to be very specific, 3,574 square feet. This living room makes me look short and I'm 6'4". These living rooms with the super tall ceilings and the windows, this is like classic Edge Homes. You always get a ton of natural light, and especially in Herriman, which is kind of the whole point of today's video, you get always mountain views in the backgrounds, which is really nice.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, one of the main features of this home that I really like, I'm a garage guy, so I like having a big garage, but you have a tandem garage, a flex room, so you basically have an office on the main floor, mudroom over there, and then, yeah, the 18-foot ceilings make a huge difference, opens up the space, makes the home feel a lot bigger. So definitely my favorite features of this floor plan, but also getting 4 bedrooms too.
For sure. I personally love the black finishes, the black countertops, the black backsplash, the black cabinets. Hardware, you guys kind of went super masculine with this particular model, but open concept, a lot of people really enjoy that between the living room and the kitchen. What are some of the special features of this particular model and reasons why people like the Natalie?
Yeah, I mean, one thing that is awesome about this floor plan is it has a narrow footprint, so it actually fits on a lot of different lots. Okay. So, you can still get, some people don't want a big lot anymore. I'm seeing kind of a transition from getting the biggest lot you can find to getting something that's smaller and less maintenance. So you can fit it on a lot of smaller floor plans, which is nice. But yeah, like I said, I'm a garage guy, so the big garage, the flex room, putting 4 bedrooms upstairs, so you can actually finish the basement and get an extra 1 bedroom, 1 full bath down there, as well as a pretty big space for entertaining. So those are kind of the main things, and yeah, like you said, also a transition to more rich tone.
So we have a half bath here on the main level. Let's go ahead and head upstairs first. That's where all 4 of the bedrooms are. Let's go check it out. Walking into the master right now with the ensuite bathroom. Classic Edge Homes with the vaulted ceilings, lots of natural light.
You can do a vault or a tray ceiling too. The tray is a bit more modern, vault is more classic. You come on in here, darker tile, but yeah, one thing for me is storage. Storage is super important. Storage back there, closet size is super important.
There's a really cool kind of layout, I think, that's unique with some of different Edge Homes, is you have this kind of hangout area right here, this little common room, and it actually creates this L shape. You don't often see that in new construction, but it's kind of nice to have this longer, elongated hallway with 2 of the guest bedrooms down here. So
yeah, laundry room.
It's
my favorite.
Guest bathroom, guest bedroom. So 3 guest bedrooms up here, guest bathroom, master has its own, so 3-bed, 2-bath up here. And like you were saying, I really like where you have this openness over here with the railing, and kind of on this side of the house that opens up to the whole house. Yeah, 18-foot ceilings makes the entire house feel massive.
Yeah,
really cool. So pretty common with new construction, they almost always come with a basement. Here in Utah, we love our basements. Yeah. Let's go check out the basement. Most of the time, these are going to come unfinished, but there's a ton of space down there in case you want to add another bedroom, maybe frame out a bathroom, or just keep it this open concept hangout area. So let's check that out. I'm really curious to see how big this basement is.
When I see people finish this basement, a lot of people are putting a kind of a kitchenette right here, just a wet bar. Back there, some storage. I've seen people put, projectors, TV screens right there, and then some bedrooms and bathrooms over in that way. You do have the rough-ins for the bathroom, so you can do that. And there's some modifications you can make. As you can tell, there's not a lot of, this is probably one of the few structural supports in this basement, maybe 1 or 2 in this whole basement. So space is really maximized, and if you're building this yourself, you can actually increase the height of the ceiling. Right now we're looking at about 8 feet, so you can go all the way up to 9.
Yeah, as someone who's, my parents are actually in the process of finishing their basement. Right now it looks exactly like this, and what's really nice with new construction, you're gonna get insulation, electrical, the hard plumbing for the bathroom. All of that's kind of already done, so really what you're just looking at to finish a basement like this is, adding the plumbing for the bathroom, framing this bedroom out if you needed to, and really just flooring, drywall, maybe some more lights. But you're kind of like more than halfway there as it stands, and that's just buying the house as is. So pretty cool. Appreciate the tour. Edge Homes, they've got really good products. Thanks for the house tour.
Yeah, of course, man. Thanks for coming out, and
Give me some nugs.
Nugs.
All right, let's talk about some pros and cons of living in Herriman. So pro number one is going to be the growth opportunities of Herriman. Now, 10, 15 years ago, this was basically all farmland. You have a ton of new communities being built in Herriman. You have a lot of new businesses, a lot of new developments, and just the overall growth opportunities of Herriman makes this a very unique suburb of Salt Lake City. The second pro is the amount of land in Herriman. 10, 15 years ago, because this was all undeveloped land, when they started building, they made the lots much bigger. So it's much easier to find a quarter to a third to even a half-acre size lot. If that's something you're interested in, Herriman could definitely be the right place for you because they built these houses on much bigger lots. Pro number three is, I'm gonna call it country lifestyle. Now, it's not country that you would think of places like Montana or Wyoming, but because Herriman is in the southwest corner of the Salt Lake Valley, it tends to be much further away from the big city and the major metropolitan areas. So if you enjoy that country or more rural aspect of living and that lifestyle, Herriman could definitely be the right place for you. It tends to be a little bit more country in the sense that there's really no major buildings, no major downtown areas. It tends to be a much more rural feel. Okay, right now we're at the Blackridge Reservoir in Herriman. This is a really cool spot. If you're looking for a fun day at the beach in Utah, this is one of the few places you can go. This is a man-made lake that you can paddleboard, you can go swimming in, but this is a really cool hangout spot. We're right up against the mountains. We have this residential area all in the background, and you have this great view of downtown Salt Lake and the mountain range. They've got pavilions here and picnics. It's a great place to come bring your family and hang out. And it's one of the few places where there's a sandy beach. That's right, a sandy beach in Utah. We're hundreds, if not thousands of miles away from the closest beach. But if you want that beach activity, especially in the summertime, this place is packed. We're here right now in the winter, so it doesn't give you a great feel for just how popular the spot is. But this is a really, really cool hangout area to spend time with your family and friends, and one of the unique features of Herriman. So we're walking down the sidewalk here. You see these signs that says no diving, no fishing, no alcohol, no glass containers. I actually appreciate that because it makes this a very safe place. As a father, I can appreciate not having broken glass or litter everywhere. So they've definitely made this a very family-friendly environment. We're walking up here to the playground, so there's certainly plenty of stuff to do if you have kids. And just imagine if you lived in one of these houses back here. You have these epic views, and you're walking distance to the beach and a playground and all these pavilions. It's definitely a cool spot of Herriman, and it's really quiet. I mean, we're here during the time of the year when no one's here, but it's a pretty cool place to come hang out and spend the day with your family. All right, now we're gonna walk into the Nora, 3,547 square feet. We want to be very exact. This is a 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath versus the 4-bedroom we just saw, but it's about the same size square footage. So I'm predicting bigger bedrooms.
Yep.
And a similar layout. Let's go check it out. So you walk in here, you got this nice long hallway. Right now, right immediately off to our right from the front door, we have this little office space. That's where Talmadge would be doing his homework, sitting at the desk.
high school.
Yeah. Cool, so half bath right off the main here, and then that's gonna be the door to go down into the basement with a closet. So again, super tall 18-foot ceilings, tons of natural light, the huge windows, classic Edge homes, open concept with the living room. You got kind of a formal dining right there. This one was actually staged really well, so great concept of what it looks like, how you do your layout. I think a reason why people appreciate new construction, number one, there's really no maintenance for a good amount of time. It's gonna come with a home warranty. Tell us a little bit about what that home warranty looks like specifically with Edge Homes.
Yeah, definitely. So with all of Edge, you get a 1 year, a 2 year, and a 10-year warranty. So your first year, that's going to be, it's hard to say bumper to bumper because it's not always exactly that, but basically covers everything. Anything that goes wrong, leaks, problems with any type of issue, it's really covered. 2 years is your ducts, your pipes, things behind the walls, and 10 years is your structure. So structural issues, typically happen between years 3 and 7, so you're more than covered with a warranty like that. So definitely gives homeowners the opportunity to not have to worry about any major maintenance problems or even minor maintenance problems that you may have when you buy and resell or existing homes.
Yeah, what's nice about new construction is you can really spend as much or as little as you want. All builders are going to have some sort of base price depending on the model, and then the next step is kind of, if you're building it from scratch, you're going to go through your options and upgrades, and that's really where you can pick and choose where you want to spend your money. If you're like most people, I feel like a lot of people spend money right here where we're standing, which is the kitchen. They want a nice kitchen, they want a nice master, maybe a nice living room. Those tend to be the places where people want to spend more money. But again, a new build, you can kind of dictate what your final purchase price is going to be depending on how much you're willing to spend on upgrades and the types of materials. And we're going to walk right over here, kind of right off the kitchen is where you would walk in if you're coming home from work, right? You come through the garage. I'm going to take a peek at what that looks like. There's a 2-car here. And then you kind of walk right into this mudroom, and then behind me is where your washer and dryer would go. Let's go check out the upstairs. Again, because this is very similar square footage to the house we just saw, but it's a 3-bedroom, I think we're gonna notice that the bedrooms are probably a little bit bigger, I would imagine.
So we'll head over into the primary. So you have the tray ceiling right here. Again, you can do tray or vault, just depending on whatever you prefer. Tray tends to be a bit more modern, vault tends to be more classic, traditional. So, yeah. Dual sinks again, so definitely a huge feature. I would say, looking at this now, I'd say the closet's probably pretty similar size to the other one.
But this one, a little bit different. If you don't want just a shower and you like the separate shower tub, this is a good example of what that looks like in a lot of new builds where you kind of have the tub right next to the shower, depending on if you're a bubble bath guy like I know Talmadge is, or if you just want to take a
nice shower,
a nice little soak every once in a while.
Oh yeah. There is a small loft area. They put a desk there, which is probably, I would do that or one of those cool what is it, the Ames chairs?
Yeah, or I've seen a lot of people that have little kids will use this as like a play area, right, where it's kind of like open. It's probably right off the nursery, right off the master bedroom. Kind of a nice little place where kids can put their toys and kind of hang out. I see that a lot of times in these new builds.
Yeah, good spot right there. And then 2 bedrooms for the kids or whoever. Jack and Jill bathroom. I don't see Jack and Jill's as often anymore, so I still get excited to see them. But yeah, check it out.
Allow me to demonstrate. I'm going to walk from one guest bedroom to the other guest bedroom, coming through the guest bathroom. Dual vanity, you got the shower and the toilet right there. Bedroom number 3 upstairs. And yeah, you can definitely tell it feels a little bit bigger with the amount of furniture you guys have in here. All right, con number 1, lack of restaurants. Herriman really doesn't have a ton of choices when it comes to eating out. Of course, they're gonna have some of the standard chains, but there isn't a ton of restaurants that have been in business for 50 years. There's just not a ton of places to eat around here. You might have to drive 10 or 15 minutes over to South Jordan or Riverton if you want to eat out, or if you're a foodie and you enjoy exploring new food places. There just isn't a ton of options here in Herriman. Con number 2 is the commute time. You do have the Mountain View corridor, you have relatively easy access. to I-15, but because we're tucked away in the southwest portion of the valley, it takes much longer to get places. So if you want to be really close to the ski resorts, you're looking at a minimum of an hour drive. If it's a bad weather day and there's a ton of snow on the ground or there's a ton of traffic, it might take you closer to an hour and a half, maybe even 2 hours if you're going all the way deep into Park City or Deer Valley. So we're on the west side of the valley. Really, you're talking a minimum of a 30 to 45 minute drive to get to Salt Lake City. Expect a longer commute time. If you're working anywhere in the valley or even Utah County, it's gonna take you a little bit longer to get there if you're living all the way over here in Herriman. Which brings us to con number 3, lack of public transportation. If you rely on public transportation either to get to work or if you like using public transportation to get places, you really don't have access here in Herriman. You're gonna have to go much closer to the freeway, places like Midvale and Murray, to get closer to that public transportation access to get places like downtown Salt Lake or the surrounding suburbs. Herriman, you're kind of forced to rely on your vehicle. So if you either don't have a vehicle or you don't like driving, Herriman might not be the best place for you to live. All right, we're here at Butterfield Park. It's probably the largest park in all of Herriman. I mean, this place has just about everything you could think of or anything you might be interested in. Obviously, a great place for outdoor activities. They've got multiple baseball and softball fields. They've got a soccer field. There's a playground right over here. They've got a splash pad. They've got a skate park. Really, any outdoor activity you can think of, you can probably find it here at Butterfield Park. One of the things I really appreciate about Herriman and all the different areas that I've explored around here, shown a ton of houses, you always notice that the parks are really well taken care of. Whether that's coming from, government oversight or just the people that live here take a lot of pride in living in Herriman. But you'll notice a lot of these parks and amenities are really well taken care of. You don't really see anything broken down or graffiti or things like that that might be a detractor for living here. So something I definitely appreciate. If you like this video, make sure to subscribe to the channel. We're going to be posting videos here regularly about Salt Lake City living. In the description below is our contact information. You can reach out to us, call, text. You can even set up a Zoom call. If you're thinking about relocating or moving to Salt Lake City or the surrounding suburbs, please reach out to us. We'd be happy to help you explore this area.